Alright, I am back with another Destiny 2 video, and it is TWAB day. We are in the first week after the launch of Season of the Haunted, the very, very secretive season that was pretty much just revealed the night before, when it leaked before Tuesday, and we've been playing through the new Darkness Leviathan and Solar 3.0. Bungie's been soliciting feedback. They've already had to disable a few things, so we will see what is talked about here. This is a TWAB hippie, and they're starting with the events in Texas. Before we begin today's TWAB, we wanted to acknowledge the horrific events in Ovedale, Texas earlier this week. We are all shocked and saddened by this unprovoked madness, and our hearts go out to the victims and their families. It is our hope that games and supportive communities can provide respite, and we encourage everyone to prioritize their own mental health needs right now, whether that means gaining comfort from your hobbies or taking a break to focus on yourself and your loved ones. Take care of one another. And then they provide 2 resources with mental health, NAMI and JED. So you guys can take a look at those. And then we are going into the TWAB itself. This week at Bungie, we geared up and set out to answer the ultimate question. The question that matters more than anything else. Is the moon haunted? Well, that's for you to decide, but while you're knocking that around in your noggin, we've got some exciting things to share for Season of the Haunted, including preparing for the new dungeon that drops on Friday, brand new activities, and even more surprises to uncover. Brand new activities. Is that the activities we're already doing, or other brand new ones? We know the wait was tough, but the team here could not be more excited. Sure, we've got the meme behind the new name, but this season also houses a deeper look into the minds of some of our favorite characters, while also challenging Guardians to find their courage once more and persevere no matter what, especially when facing down twisted nightmares of the past. So what are we showing off today? Well, how about we start with a second look at the trailer you've all been patiently waiting for, and then dig in on some of the gear of the season, a breakdown on how to get Solar 3.0 fragments, shiny new ornaments inspired by the subclass upgrade, and even a little wrap surprise from one of our community members. I'm guessing I know who that is. Excited? Yeah, me too. Let's dive in, shall we? Season of the Haunted. Here is the developer insight for Solar 3.0. This dropped like right before the season did. I'm sure you've probably seen that. In addition to the new Crucible map and Rift's return, I haven't even played on the new Crucible map yet. Granted, I've only played 3 momentum control games, but still. And Rift's return with the Iron Banner rework, which you can read all about here. Season of the Haunted comes with even more adventures to dive recklessly into. Callus is back in the spotlight as Leviathan returns and begins to wreak all sorts of havoc in the most devious of ways. We get to buddy up with Eris Morn to stop Callus in his quest to connect with the Witness. You remember the Witness, right? The big bad that had even Savathun running scared. Yeah, the Witness is still making its mission to become everyone's problem, which means we've got to work fast to get the answers we seek to uncover the sinister reality that lurks beneath the surface. Season of the Haunted dives deep into the philosophy of what it means to be, the duality of existence. Are you ready? Good, because it's about to become intense. That is the name of the dungeon, in case you didn't know that. With the new season comes new activities as well. Let's start with the weekly mission, Sever. Sever challenges a team of up to 3 Guardians. I didn't even know it was a 3-player mission. Guardians to navigate the seedy underbelly of the derelict Leviathan to battle it out against hordes of foes to find and sever Callus's power. His connection to the nightmares that he can control is strong, sure, but we're stronger. At least we hope so. The second activity is called Nightmare Containment. This is a free-to-play public event aboard the derelict Leviathan that is designed to be just as chaotic as it is fun. Take on intense battles against Cabal and Scorn and dive a little deeper into the nightmare reflection of our world. The team is excited about how this activity will play out through Season of the Haunted. Nightmare Containment is specifically designed to always be worth the player's time because it scales depending on the number of Guardians participating. More Guardians, faster boss burns, and even more loot potential. Wait, if it scales, wouldn't it be... Isn't that implying that, like, boss health would scale up? So you're not just burning it? That's... Alright, that's a little confusing. And so we have the first boss this week. It's the Scorn Machinist. I don't know how many bosses they're going to be. The main guess is 3. Sometimes we see only 2 bosses for kind of rotating seasonal activities. This seems to be kind of like escalation protocol, so I do wonder how many we're going to get in total. I would say no more than 3, but 3 seems like a pretty reasonable guess at this point. These are some photos, and by now most of you have discovered the Scythe, the relic that makes taking on Season of the Haunted Sever missions, and the Nightmare Containment activity even more impressive. If you couldn't tell, heavy metal music and the idea behind becoming a damage-dealing Reaper were both heavy influence of the season, and the Scythe very much reflects that. So how does it work? As you may already know, there's a whole Scythe section. Okay, geez. Here's the thing with the Scythe. Like, I think when everyone saw it, everyone was hoping it was going to be a glaive or an exotic, and it's just a little hard to get super excited about a new relic weapon. Like, I think for 2 seconds everyone thought the Synaptic Spear might be a weapon. I made my famous, we were going to get the Hammer of Proving as a new melee weapon at the end of that season, which didn't pan out, and then they gave us glaives instead. It's okay. It's like I understand it's like big damage, but like everything we're doing is big damage. But I guess we'll see the specifics here. Haven't had a chance to check it out yet. This is how the scythe works. Light attack, a horizontal slice that launches out a wide solar projectile. Yeah, so this can launch projectiles, so if you need to clear those little fixtures in the ceiling, you can do that. You know, the ones that spawn where you gotta take shields down. Has a 4-hit combo. Hitting enemies with the light attack projectile scorches them. 30 plus 20 stacks. If only there was some way to see this in-game, and deals damage. The light attack also does melee damage to nearby targets when the player swings. Air attack launches out a single solar projectile with a cool spinning slice. Same projectile as the light attack, just with more aerial flare. Heavy attack, slam the slice into the ground and set out a fan-shaped group of AoE flame damage. That's pretty much the Titan move. Hitting the enemies with the heavy attack scorches them, 50 plus 40 stacks, and deals damage. So you need to get to 100 to ignite for an explosion. So this will take you almost all the way there. And then a light attack projectile would do the rest. Scythe perk, when you defeat enemies with the scythe, you spawn orbs of healing solar light that float back to you and grant restoration. Oh, I thought we were harvesting like souls or something. I didn't know what those little bubbles were. I thought that was like a way to. I thought you were progressing the little like the containment meter faster if you were killing stuff with the scythe. That's what I thought they were doing with that. But that is healing solar lights, not that. So glad I read that. New dungeon, who dis? A new dungeon has arrived, and yes, it definitely puts a new spin on existential crisis. Normally, this is where you'd reveal all sorts of new information for TWAB readers out there, but in the spirit of the season, we want you to experience it for the first time with a feeling of discovery. Believe us when we say we couldn't be more jazzed to hear your thoughts. Also, don't worry, the wait won't be long. The new dungeon goes live tomorrow, May 27th at reset. So they've told us nothing, but there is stuff you can find in-game. I mean, it's 50-50. They told us that. They did not tell us what Master is going to be. I think Master launches at the same time. Two of the missing menagerie weapons are in there, the fusion and the machine gun, which can roll with killing tally, I hear. And then there are 4 new weapons that are kind of like the aesthetic of the skull ornament sets, and one of them is a 3-burst aggressive frame linear fusion rifle, which is a totally new weapon type. And there's also a sword that has a bunch of weird curls on it. I don't remember what it does. I think it turns you invisible or something. And that is the exotic in the dungeon. Don't know what the catalyst does. All of this stuff is in collections, so it's not exactly hidden. You can go look at it if you want. But the loot does seem pretty good, and they are showing us literally nothing. It is in the Leviathan. I'm like 99% sure about that, just based on the symbols in collections. But that's all we know. A quick rundown on hauntingly fresh new gear. With every season also comes new ways to show off that customized Guardian style. And Haunted is no different. From a haunted aesthetic to getting in touch with your inner Eris Morn, here's a closer look at some of the different looks you can own. Can we also just take a second to appreciate the Nightmare seasonal armor ornaments, because wow. This is the base seasonal set. It's like kind of, they have like ghost traps, like literal Ghostbusters ghost traps on their hips, if you hadn't noticed that. I think this is like holy water there too, so it's clever. I don't know, I mean, this is a pretty basic set. It's not my favorite. This one, I swear, was probably the original dungeon armor, and then they swapped it for this Hake set in order so people wouldn't complain about like the world's sickest armor being sold separately in the special dungeon pass thing. Then again, they did put the Thorn armor in the sold separately dungeon, and that was really awesome armor too. I don't know. That's just my theory. My theory is also based on the fact that the weapons really look like they belong to the set from the dungeon, so, and the hockey stuff doesn't really look like anything that we know of from the collection so far. We've got this evil little scorpion thing, got the ghost shell ghost, and then Trespasser ornament. I still have yet to even touch Trespasser. Alright. Solar 3.0 fragment details and new solar armor. Just like Void 3.0, aspects and fragments will be your best friend when exploring unique new playstyles, perfecting existing combat choices, or just going ham on a new iteration of a subclass that maybe hasn't fit your niche in the past. The choice was to dive all in, and that fire action is yours, but we may be biased here. Solar 3.0 is pretty darn nifty, so we hope you check it out. Plus, you could quite literally fight fire with fire. Who doesn't want to do that? These are the Eververse solar sets. Haven't bought them yet. Probably will. By now, many Guardians have already started diving into what Solar 3.0 means for new combat abilities. Just like with Void 3.0, Solar's revamp can be done through Ikora in the tower before meditating at the kiosk near her to lock in the newly learned disciplines. You may or may not have noticed there were a few select fragments locked. Don't worry, it wasn't to us this time. This is actually intentional. Since we're a one team, one fight type of bunch, there are 4 fragments. Oh, okay. There are 4 fragments that can be unlocked via the community working together. All right, go ahead. How? Glad you asked, dear reader. Guardians can unlock additional fragments for Solar 3.0 by completing a number of nightmare containments. Each Guardian that fights a good fight will count as a completion, so having a full fire team that is focused on the objective will benefit groups greatly. Basically double the progression for a team of 6 versus, say, can you load into that as a team of 6? I thought it was a patrol space, so you can only do 3. Is that... I might be wrong, but okay. The goal is to hit 20 million completions as a community. When we hit that goal, those 4 Solar 3.0 fragments will be unlocked and ready to pick up from Ikora. I'm not a big fan of, like, these super huge number community events because, like, it's not going to change how I play, and we're just going to... It's just a time gate of... I don't have any context as to how long that's going to take. Like, a week, 2 weeks, 3 days. I have no idea. I'm not the biggest fan of that. If it was, like, some story thing where we unlock them, that I think would be better, but whatever. I don't know. I won't get too bent out of shape about it. That being said, there is one thing to note about the fragments. There was some confusion during the launch of Season of the Haunted, and we wanted to explain what happened and what is intentional. The 4 locked fragments were always intended for this particular community-driven initiative, but there was a small hiccup on day 1. To clarify this, the 4 fragments that will unlock after the above community effort are Ember of Empyrean, Ember of Char, Ember of Ashes, Ember of Wonder. Some players reported being able to receive some of these early. This is connected to something the team found in their investigation that allows early access for veteran players who had previously built into the Solar subclass, whereas newly created Guardians still had these locked. This has caused some players to unlock Ember of Ashes and Embers of Wonder, which were intended to be locked. What? Really? I haven't heard about this. I actually haven't checked if I could unlock those. Also, some players were unable to acquire fragments that should have been unlocked for everyone at the start of Season of the Haunted. Those players were not able to receive 2 fragments, which were meant to be available on day 1, called Ember of Eruption and Ember of Steering. I don't remember what any of these are yet, so I don't have them memorized. The team has made the decision they don't want to remove any fragments from people who have unlocked them, and the goal is for all 6 fragments to unlock when we hit the community goal mentioned above. We're sure it'll happen in no time. Is there like a counter that we're like keeping track of or something? Like a little progress meter? No? Okay. So what does this mean for players now? For now, we encourage players that have unlocked fragments to play around with them. For everyone else, we're getting closer to unreach the unlock goal, and we hope you enjoy the new season until then. For ornaments, there is no introduction. Just take a moment and feast your eyes on the latest fashion trend to hit the tower that players will be able to scoop up from Tess Eververse. Yeah, these are the new ones. Warlock set is very good. These Hunter arms are also very good. And of course, a Guardian should arrive in style, so there is a bundle with a Sparrow and a ship. That's a good ship. I like that. Iron Banner shenanigans. In case you missed it, we previously shared a ton of news about Iron Banner and explained some of the reasoning behind its most recent evolution. If you missed that memo, you should mosey on over to our previous breakdown right here to learn more about the specifics, but the gist is that we want to make Valis Forge's competitive event feel more like an event. We're amping up the ante and moving the event frequency to twice a season. Or moving the, yeah, they already told us this. May 31st and July 12th, so that starts next week. To spread the might of Iron Wolves, Valis Forge will now be front and center in Eva Levante's usual spot. We're also disabling power level, so that sweet gear you've been holding on to, you can go ahead and dust those off. Iron Banner also comes bearing a new PvP map alongside Rift. The new map called Disjunction will be available for all modes, though Rift is just for Iron Banner until Season 18. We think you'll really enjoy this new area, and not just for the intended design that allows for more ways to strategize. Not only does it continue the Throne World theme, but it is also one of the largest maps we've ever had in PvP. It'll be a good time, but we'll also be keeping our eyes peeled for any feedback you have for us. We're always down for a good charity initiative, and we've got even more gameplay goodness you won't want to miss. From 12 ET from June 3rd to June 10th, we will continue on a shiny new gaming marathon for St. Jude's during our GCX celebration. Interested? Good. You can join the Stream Madness right here. So this is rewards for this, some emblems for donation. That's a really good emblem. I'm curious if they're going to announce anything during GCX, but or if they'll have a presence there. But I can't go this year. Player support. These are the kind of known issues and things. All right, there are a good amount of these. I'm going to read these because they might actually be relevant this early in the season. Opulent chests do not visually open as intended. Certain seasonal challenges are incorrectly recording progress at a character level instead of an account scope level. That's annoying. Some hand cannons no longer have a visual scope. All right, Xbox One, the impulse effect when dunking a core appears completely black. Solar icons for class melee's movement and abilities have blue backgrounds when viewed from my core's inventory. Solar Hunter's acrobat dodge ability displays the Fist of Havoc icon when equipped. I was wondering about that. Also, it feels like the Warlock Snap shouldn't have just a red version of the arc ball thing. That seems weird to me. The Glorious Claim and Good Sport emblems from Guardian Games do not appear in collection. Also, on my Hunter, Guardian Games is still going on, and it's telling me to, like, claim something from Ava Levante where she is not there anymore. And I can't get it to go away, and I can't delete the quests. So, thanks. Several missions and activities are becoming blocked. They made a change on the back end to fix this. This is when strikes were loading up completely empty. Players are unable to collect the burden engrams in the final encounter of Grasp of Everest. That's not good. Characters sometimes are extremely zoomed in on the character inspection screen and show only boots. Yeah, I've seen that. That's really funny. Gunsmith's weapons don't have a masterwork slot on them. Yep. Also, my glaive cannot be masterworked that I got from Nightmare Containment, which I do not love because I really want to masterwork the Impulse Amplifier Frenzy version. Several Guardian Games items, including quests. Oh, that was me. Okay. Bait and switch. Enhanced perk is not working. Using Loyal Companion emote can cause the game to crash. Okay. Telesto is causing crashes when players interact with Banshee. No, we aren't kidding. Some new armor and older perks are showing watermarks instead of their proper icons. Are they going to have things that are turned the wrong way, like in all the slots? Because that's weird. Some Artifice armor has lost its mod slots. Not good. Low frame rates and looking menus are in the director. I've had low frame rates in my menus forever now. Trespasser is not in collections. Season 17 Crucible Vermilion shader has two similar in name to the Season 8 shader Crucible Vermilion. That is the same name. Okay. I can't pronounce that. Ornament for Celestial Nighthawk cannot be equipped. Telesto disappears. Terrifying. All right, so we got Movie of the Week, Art of the Week. Oh, this is the one I asked if I could buy it, and he said he'd trade me for my fake NFT ape, and I said no. I want a print of this. This is very good. I don't know. Oh, okay. That's cool. These are Art of the Week and Movie of the Week emblems. No new fashion emblem. Okay, that's fair. And Loyal Companion emote. Guardian Games raised money for direct relief, partnership with the Bungie Foundation. Before we let you go, we've got some exciting things in the pipeline, including Solstice of Heroes, now called Solstice, dropping in July alongside our annual Bungie Day celebration. We'll have more details on both of those events in the near future, but for now, we've got some existential dread to conquer and nightmares to face. We've all been loving the feedback and excitement you've been sharing. It's been great to see Guardians worldwide severing the nightmares and facing the next step of the Destiny 2 journey, from cosmic horror to the duality of the human experience. What's human in quotes? Our grief, our individual traits, tribulations, and our hope. These are heavy themes we wanted to provide a heads up on, but each thematic thread weaves in a beautiful story that we can't wait to watch you experience as this tale unfolds. We're just getting started. Hold on to your butts, Guardian. It's going to be one heck of a ride. When you dive all in, just a friendly reminder to drink your water, take your vitamins, and put your kindest foot forward. We've got some nightmares to confront. I should go hippie. Okay. So the biggest news out of this is those 4 fragments were locked on purpose, and we now have some sort of universal do 20 million nightmare things to unlock them. Again, I kind of need to see a counter there, because we literally have no idea if that could be in like 2 hours or in like 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens with that. And then they are telling us literally nothing about the dungeon past which you can see in collections, and there will be more to talk about tomorrow. I don't think I'll run it directly tomorrow, but I will watch some people do it and then figure out a time when I'm going to do my first run there. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.